And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Three simple circles, a quarter and 2 dimes, probably the most universal symbol ever created by man or mouse.
Hi, Mickey!
What is it about Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse to me is light. There's like a lot of dark in the world, and he's hope.
It's magical to be able to channel all of our hopes and dreams, the innocence that we eventually lose and would like back.
Never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
The story of Walt and Mickey wasn't just one continual success after success. It was stumble after stumble.
Mickey Mouse started in the Roaring 20s, but almost immediately the Depression fell.
You have groups saying, we want Mickey to help get us through World War II.
The American dream has suffered, but Mickey is able to bring that back.
Just like America splits in the 60s, Mickey Mouse splits as well. And those coexist in this one character. If you have an issue with authority, Mickey Mouse is your guy.
Mickey has taken the world by storm. This is something otherworldly.
He gets so big that he becomes this reflection of who we are. How is that even possible with this little mouse?
What would a culture from another planet think of seeing Mickey on everything? They might say, take me to your leader, and it would be Mickey.
He had become this divine figure that you didn't mess with.
We began a process to bring Mickey forward.
He's everywhere.
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 It's overwhelming. Like, leave me alone.
Oh, no. Okay, let's do that again.
Mickey is a thing we all share. There aren't many of those around.
Almost 100 years later, after all the things that Mickey has been through, he's still here.
We love a mouse. How crazy is that? That's a little absurd.
You've always been my best friend.
Streaming only on Disney+. The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to the latest edition of Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou. Actually featuring Big Baller, Steel City G. He's not Big Baller G anymore. Dori Lou literally just walked in the door. She's getting all set up. It's A-okay. Don't worry. She'll pop in if she can. Producer JJ Renegade is in the house too. Hello. That opening intro was pretty surprising there. I guess that was the first time I saw that. So
yeah, that premiered prior to our watch-along coverage of Hard Times this weekend. James made that in his free time, and then it went before open mic night that evening as well. So it's only the third time it's been aired to my knowledge. So.
That's right. I did remember seeing that. Well, thank you, James. That's a very good intro, and I'm happy to have it on the start of the show. Thank you very much. Anyway, guys.
Everybody wants to know, is it Statboy approved?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Of course it is. Hashtag Statboy approved, something I haven't used in a long time, but that's because of pure stupidity, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Welcome into the Sports Bar. We're here. We've got lots to talk about, and we're going to get you all the news we can cram into an hour and a half and get you all ready for the No DQ Full Gear predictions at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, all over the multitude of madness and media, whatever it's called.
It is the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. I know it's a mouthful, but that is the official title.
It's a multitude of mouthfulness and media. I love it.
It's our own play off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Multiverse of Media.
There you go. So your Steel City G this week. What's wrong? Where's the big baller part of you?
It's still there, but since the Steelers won, trying to change it up a little bit.
I got you. All right. Well, we're going to start off with a little bit of sad news this week. Sadly, in Virginia, we have to start with 3 University of Virginia students. Junior receiver Lavelle Davis Jr. of South Carolina, junior receiver Devin Chandler of Huntersville, North Carolina, and junior defensive end / linebacker Deshaun Perry of Miami have all passed away after tragically being gunned down by a former student of the University of Virginia. Honestly, I do not want to say his name. I do not want to put any more notoriety or whatever. But
you can read the name there on the article if you guys so desire. But
yes, very, very sad that this person decided to do this. He has been arrested, and he is currently being prosecuted for this. There were 2 other students. One was not named. The other name I did not get down in time. I have read the article though, but they are both expected to make a full recovery from their injuries. The student body of the University of Virginia all banded together. They held a candlelight vigil on the campus. Prayers have been given over the families, make sure everything is okay. Unfortunately, we don't know if the Cavaliers are going to play against Coastal Carolina this weekend or their season finale game against Virginia Tech next week. Right now, the director of athletics has stated that He wants time to grieve. He wants time to mourn. He wants time to get everything back to normal. Football is on the back burner for this. This is a sad time. So you don't want to, you want to heal a little bit, and that's totally understandable. Again, we here at Stat Boy Sports Bar, we also extend our prayers and our thoughts. This, and we'll see what happens. Also, the MMA world lost light heavyweight fighter Anthony Rumble Johnson after a undisclosed illness. According to his Instagram, he did state media that it was not COVID, but sadly, whatever battle he had, he did not win. Rumble Johnson fought in 4 different weight classes in his career. He was in the UFC for 10 years. His highest moments, he did get to fight twice for the UFC light heavyweight title, but sadly he lost both times to Daniel Cormier by submission with the rear naked choke. Honestly, I have not been following MMA for a long time. I know I should be doing that. It's just, I think that I've just fallen out of it. It's not the same anymore. The big names are no longer in play. I almost thought it said Rampage Jackson, and I had to read it 3 times. I'm like, we can't lose Rampage. Rampage was one of my favorite, but Rumble Johnson, I might have seen a couple of his fights when I was watching MMA, but I've fallen out of it so much. But still, thoughts and prayers to the family of Anthony Johnson. Excuse me there. All righty, let's get into some hockey news. And we'll also be bringing up the power rankings. But something big happened in a recent game. This happened last week when the Wild played the Kings. There was a moment, Dori Lou and I were watching the game on ESPN+. And Camille Kaprizov, who is one of the star players of the Wild, decided to use his hockey stick as a sledgehammer on one Drew Doughty's face. Of course, the penalty was called. There was 5 minutes left in the second period, but at that point in the game, there were penalties left and right going on between both teams. So the penalty gets taken. Kaprizov goes off to the box, and they initially called it a 5-minute major because it was that brutal of a hit. No blood involved. If there's blood involved, it's a double minor for 4 minutes. But this was considered a major. The referees get all together. We go to commercial break. We come back, and we find out that it's a game misconduct penalty, and Kaprizov got the boot. Now, was that warranted? The people in Toronto said yes. The commentators on ESPN said no, it wasn't worth it. Dori, on the other hand, she got ticked off at Drew Doughty, who decided to wave at Kirill Kaprizov as he was getting off and said that that's what's taunting, and Doughty should have gotten the penalty. That didn't happen. Now, taunting is not as big of a penalty as it is in football as it is in hockey. So there's that. Coach Evason of the Wild came to, or Dean Evison came to Kaprizov's defense by saying, he has the puck all the time. He's getting so much attention. He has it, and there are no calls. Prior to that call, meaning when the stick came down and got Doughty in the face, he's getting cross-checked. And if you watch the tape, and Dori did point this out, there was a bad check or there was a check that didn't get called or whatever, and Kaprizov went into the boards. Drudy did that. That was his job. He's the defenseman. He's supposed to check the players. But Kaprizov is feeling, hey, if I'm not going to get a call, I'm going to take it out on Drew Doughty. He went on to say, we feel that there should be some more penalties being called. Oh, and here's Dori now.
Doughty should have got a penalty for starting the shit to begin with behind the goal.
Well, it didn't happen. Now, did it?
No. Refs need to get glasses and some Rain-X so they don't fog up.
Obviously, we feel that there should be more penalties called on a player of his stature who has the puck at all time. It's not happening. As a result, not only did Kaprizov get the boot from the game, He was fined $5,000, which was the maximum amount under the NHL collective bargaining. It's a slap on the wrist. They wanted his head. That's what they really wanted, but they didn't get it. So there's that. Oh, hi, Zach. Didn't even see you there. How you doing, bro?
Good morning.
Good morning? Really? Have you been partying all night?
Something like that.
You're either exhausted or hungover. Which one are you?
Oh, my misery is just wonderful.
We'll
We'll
talk about the States in just a second. Go ahead and bring up the rankings for the hockey teams, and we'll get that out of the way real quick. The Boston Bruins are the number one team. They have 28 points. The Vegas Golden Knights are at 26. The New Jersey Devils are at 24. The Islanders are at 22. The Hurricanes and the Kings are tied with 21 points. The Hurricanes have the better record at 10-5-1. That's why they get the better ranking. The Jets and the Stars and the Kraken and the Maple Leafs and the Rangers are all at 19 points. The Jets have the best record out of those teams at 9-4-1. The Stars are at 9-5-1. The Kraken and the Maple Leafs are tied at 8-5-3, but the Kraken have more goals at 52 points, and the Maple Leafs are at 45, and the Rangers are 8-6-3. The Oilers are all by themselves at 18 points, followed by the Avalanche, the Lightning, the Panthers, the Canadiens, and the Red Wings. They all have 17 points. The Avalanche are the best team, or the best record at 8-5-1. The Lightning and the Panthers and the Canadiens all are 8-6-1, and one goal separates all three teams. The Lightnings have 49, the Panthers are at 48, and the Canadiens are 47. And that ends the left side of the column with the Red Wings at the top of the right side of the column. Remember, you want to be on the left and be away from the right, because the right is the bad side and the left is the good side, apparently, if it's the left and the right type of thing. The Capitals, or not the Capitals, the Flames and the Wild and the Flyers and the Capitals all have 16 points. The Flames, Wild, and Flyers are at 7-6-2. The Flames are at 47 goals. The Wild are at 42 goals. And the Flyers are at 37 goals. The Capitals are all by themselves at 7-8-2. The Penguins and the Blackhawks each have 15 points. They are tied at 6-6-3. The Penguins have a 16-goal lead over the Blackhawks, 54-38. The Sabres are all by themselves with 14 points, followed by the Predators, the Coyotes, and the Sharks. They all have 13 points. The Predators and the Coyotes are 6-8-1. They are also both tied with 40 goals. The Predators have the better home record. That's why they are above the Coyotes. The Sharks are at 13 points at 5-9-3. The Blues are all by themselves at 12. The Senators and the Canucks have 11 points. The Senators are 5-9-1. The Canucks are at 4-9-3. That does say Colorado, but that should be Columbus, the Blue Jackets. I just noticed that just as we were coming on to air. But the Blue Jackets and the Ducks are both the bottom dwellers, 4-9-1 and 4-10-1. When it comes to
that boy who's at the very bottom there.
Why do you think I'm wearing a Predators hat now? And he conveniently leaves. Oh!
Gotta give you your crap where I can, bro. I'm trying to make room for Dori as soon as she gets set up.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have not renounced my Ducks, okay? I am rocking the Predators today because it's a cool hat. Oh God, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna put myself in the penalty box. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you, Pop. The left is always better if you know, you know. When it comes to fantasy hockey, let me quickly turn this around because I do have the updated scores. My team at 280.34 points. Zach's team at 267. Don't give me the thumbs down. You're only down by 13 points. It's not that bad. 257 even. Emmanuel's at 264.81. Nathan is at 214.18. Daniel's at 210.35. Renegades at 165.01. Dori is at 159.12. Dori and JJ have got one hell of a rivalry going on because if you exactly, she's closing the gap. At literally 3 days ago, if not last week, Renegade had a 20-point lead over Dori. Then Fleury decides to wake up and get a shutout, and her players start scoring like crazy. And basically, I think even after two days ago, she had a small lead. It was a 3-point lead. Now, since Cam Talbot played yesterday and the Kings got a lot of points, JJ is on top. But tonight, the Preds take on the Wild, and she still doesn't know which goalie to go with. Which goalie are you going to play? See, she doesn't know. It's still being announced as Fleury versus Saros. Exactly. She just huffed. She'll make her decision. The game starts at, I believe, 7 o'clock. But thanks to ESPN Plus blocking the game out, I'm not going to get to watch it. Again, apparently they block out Predators games. They want you to travel 3 hours to go into Nashville to watch the games. But it is what it is. How you doing, Zach? You good? He's good. All right. Do you want your notebook back? No, she doesn't want her notebook back. All right. Good. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the sports bar, and that's week 10 of the NFL as we reset the Stat Board 9000 to bring up the records. And the season and the week started off with the Falcons and the Panthers playing each other. 25-15 was the final score. Marcus Mariota went 19 of 30 for 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, and was sacked 5 times. PJ Walker went 10 of 16 for 108 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The defense did their job as he was only sacked once. So that puts the Falcons at 4-6. The Panthers are 3-7. Not much really else happened in this game. Apparently there was a big rainstorm because of Hurricane Nicole, which we got a piece of in Tennessee, but we just had a good little rainstorm. That's all it was. Other than that, let's see what else I can find. Thanks to this, the Buccaneers are atop the NFC South, but we'll get to them in just a second. And next week, the Falcons will play the Bears, and Carolina will play the Ravens. Guys, if you want to speak up and say anything, go right ahead. If you want to cut me off, I'm okay with it.
I'm good for now.
You're good for now. You're waiting.
Of course you are.
The Germany game was next as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went overseas to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith went 23 of 33 for 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and was sacked 3 times. Tom Brady went 22 of 29 for 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was not sacked once. He was sacked at all. And there was an interesting play from what I saw. Apparently, Fournette decided to play quarterback and Brady decided to play wide receiver. I haven't seen the play. Guys, can you touch on this? What happened?
I didn't. I went back and watched it because I didn't watch the whole game. I think he got intercepted or something. I can't remember.
That's what I think that happened. I could not. I saw that and I'm like, did that really just happen? That what somebody slipped on the field or something? And
Yeah, I watched. I think when I got home, it was towards the end of the third quarter, and I was watching like the last quarter pretty much.
well, the only thing that I can say about the Buccaneers and going to Germany, Tom Brady is nicht der Sieger. Thank you, Google Translator.
Yeah, that's crazy. Brady's like, I don't know. Brady's trying to like get all these milestones.
He did. He became the first quarterback to play in 3 different countries:
And win.
England, Mexico, and Germany. What? Wrong what? Oh, I'm being corrected. Hold on.
What?
What?
Can you not read my notes?
What did I read that I was wrong? Get over there. If you're gonna talk, let's get you in the shot at least.
Hello, everyone. So, quick correction here. Brady has won in 3 countries outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
He has won in Mexico, Germany, and the U.K. He joins Cutler and Fitzpatrick for being able to win 3 outside of the U.S. For those additional 3 wins outside of the United States.
Cool. Thank you.
Should I just take over?
Wow.
If you want.
Not really. My head is killing me.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, channel people. Oh, yeah. Before we get there, Skull.
There you go.
And funny note, Tom Brady is 2-0 after the divorce. There you go.
Oh, so all it takes is divorcing Giselle to become 2-0 and get to 500?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful indeed. All right. Next matchup, as Dori just told us, is the Vikings defeating the let me bring that up. Where is my page? Where is I had it up here and now I lost it. Doggone it. I know it's right there in front of me, but I did not want to get come on. There we go. All right, the Vikings beat the Bills 33-30 in overtime. Kirk Cousins went 30 of 50 for 357 yards, 1 touchdown. And Josh Allen went 29 of 43 for 330 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Josh Allen was sacked twice. Kirk Cousins was sacked 4 times. And the best play of the game happened at the very end thanks to a fumble. You really had to look at that replay. And everyone thought that the Bills were going to pull this one off, and they didn't.
Nope. That catch by Justin Jefferson, though, was nice.
The one-handed catch. That's what everyone's doing now. Everyone's trying to do everything one-handed from that catch. The one-handed catch is like one of the greatest plays ever because you just don't know if it's going to be ruled a completion or not.
Yeah.
3 turnovers in the fourth quarter, pulling ahead in regulation when the snap got mishandled, fumbled in the end zone. The hurry-up offense gave replay officials no time to review the catch. I believe that happened. There was a bad call in the Monday night game as well. This is Minnesota's best record through 9 games since 2009. The win streak is at 7. Their best is at 8. And next week, the Vikings the Vikings play the Cowboys next week, and the Bills play the Browns next week. Back-to-back good matchups for the Vikings. Well, we've got JJ versus Dori in hockey. We're going to have Jeff versus Dori in football.
There you go.
Here's another shocking matchup. The Lions beat the Bears 31-30. Jared Goff went 19 of 26 for 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 2 sacks. Justin Fields went 12 of 20 for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception and 3 sacks. It's always the Lions. They sure turn things around. I mean, I don't know what the Lions are doing, actually. I really don't. It's one thing to believe they can do it, and then it's another thing to finish off a game like that. Against the Bears, against their rivals, it almost seems like the Lions are doing the right thing, but when they're playing everybody else in the league, they get beat down. What's going on?
Yep. Hope Chase Claypool is having fun in Chicago right now. Getting like 6 reception yards or something like that I read.
I mean, to tie the game in a touchdown in 1 minute in the fourth quarter, thanks to a 9-yard run by DeAndre Swift and a 20-yard interception return to tie it, and then to go on, you miss the extra point. Goff does this, does that, does this, scores on the next play, and they pull it off. I don't see them going to the playoffs yet because they only have 6 games left or so. But hey, when things happen, things happen. Next up, the Titans beat the Broncos 17-10. Russell Wilson went 21 of 42 for 286 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Yes? I'm good. But Russell Wilson got sacked 6 times. Ryan Tannehill went 19 of 36 for 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and only 1 sack. Titans are now 6-3. Denver is 3-6. Tannehill is back after the ankle injury. Missed the 2 games. Got a couple touchdown passes to Nick Westbrook-Akine. Everything feels better when you win, says Tannehill. You're absolutely right. This was their 6th win in 7 games. He did seem a little bit rusty in the beginning. They only got 53 total yards in for halftime. They were on their bye week. Another close game, another 1-score game. And next week, the Broncos take on the Raiders, and the Titans take on the Packers. Next week after that. Coming up next, as we move on down the line, the Chiefs beat the Jaguars 27-17. Trevor Lawrence went 29 of 40 for 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. He got sacked 5 times. Patrick Mahomes went 26 of 35 for 331 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 0 sacks. 4 big touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes. Almost 500 yards, but getting pretty close to that. The Jaguars became the first team in 5 years to recover an onside kick to open the game. They started with... Who starts a game with an onside kick?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Okay, did the Jaguars think they were playing NFL Blitz? Because
must have, right?
I mean, they got it to work, but still, the onside kick, really? Of all that, you want to go with an onside kick?
That's crazy.
That's what I believe. I could not believe that one. Either way, the Jaguars are 3-7 and the Chiefs are 7-2. And next week, the Jaguars are on their bye before they come back to play the Ravens, and the Chiefs will head to play Los Angeles, the Chargers. Moving on. Where is Josh when you need him? The Dolphins trounced the Browns 39-17. Tua Tagovailoa went 25 of 32 for 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, and 0 sacks. Jacoby Brissett went 22 of 35 for 212 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception, and was sacked 3 times. 39-17 as the Dolphins rout the Browns. The MVP chants are going for Tagovailoa as they started. Do I see Tagovailoa as the MVP? It'd be nice, but I don't. We'll have to see what happens in the next few games. Since he's been back in week 7, he's had 10 touchdown passes. He has not been picked off yet. Thank goodness. Miami is now first place in the AFC East, overtaking Buffalo. So they are contenders now. That's a good thing for Miami there. And next week, the Browns will take on Buffalo. Miami is off, and then they take Houston. Josh, what have you got to say about this game? Oh, wait, he's not here. Ha, 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 ha. He should be here. Are you guys asleep? What's going on?
No, I'm good.
You're just waiting for your games. Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah. Nah,
At least you're telling the truth about it. That's what I care. We may get out of here early. We may get out of here with plenty of time to spare. All right, the Giants beat the Texans 24-16. Davis Mills went 22 of 37 for 319 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He got sacked 4 times. Daniel Jones went 13 of 17 for 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 3 sacks in that game. Saquon Barkley carried for a career-high 35 times for 152 yards as the Giants returned from their bye week. I don't follow the running backs and all that. Maybe I should start because stuff like that. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, the running backs in the NFL are a lot better this year for some reason.
The Texans are 1-7-1. They're probably going to stay at the bottom of the barrel for the rest of the season. The Giants are 7-2. The Texans will play the Commanders on Sunday, and the Giants play Detroit.
Nice.
All right, next up.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
I was gonna be nice. I was gonna say turn down for Watt. There you go.
Saints and Steelers, boys. You're gonna go back and forth on this one. It's a good thing you're both in the sports bar right now. Andy Dalton went 17 and 27 for 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 2 sacks. Kenny Pickett, 18 of 30 for 199 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 6 sacks as the Steelers win against the Saints 20-10. All right, Baller, go ahead. This is your game.
Wait, you didn't mention Kenny Pickett had 1 rush touchdown. He ran in for a touchdown.
That doesn't really. I do the passing touchdowns. I really don't do the rushing touchdowns.
Right, which is fine. That's understandable. That's fine. But I just had to throw that out there because you said 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He ran in for a touchdown. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we were both 3-6. Steelers needed a win big time. We got TJ Watt back. Minka was out, unfortunately, with he had an appendicitis the day before, but I think we're getting him back next week, hopefully. The 2 interceptions was nice. As you saw on the scoreboard, we did not let the Saints score in the second half, which was awesome. The Steelers needed that win, and we had, from what I remember from the game, we had 4 of our biggest runs in that game, coming from Harris, Pickett, and 2 from Jalen Warren. And I was telling my dad the other day, Jalen Warren reminds me of a young bus of Jerome Bettis, the way he runs. But yeah, it was a good game overall. Andy Dalton, I swear, ever since he played the Steelers when he was with the Bengals and got that back concussion or whatever, he hasn't been the same. So, but yeah, good game overall. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think next week we play the Bengals at 4:25. Our game got flexed for the Chargers and Chiefs game. So, but overall, good game. I liked it.
All right, Zach, go ahead.
Look here. It's point blank period easily. You add TJ Watt to that team, there's no stopping them. They're a completely different animal with TJ Watt in the lineup. That's all they needed. Our team just we make no sense at all. We have bad coaching. We have terrible injuries.
Yeah, you guys were really banged up when they showed the stats. I was like, holy crap. I was like, yeah, I thought we had it bad.
We just need to start over. I mean, yeah, we're playing Andy Dalton at quarterback. Yeah, because that's the right thing to do. Okay. For a while, before I realized, we traded our pick in the offseason to Philly. For a while there, I'm like, we're tanking for a top pick. I'm okay. Wait a minute. We don't have a top pick. The hell are we doing? We just suck. I mean, there's no other way to it. Thank God I got Notre Dame, who is, halfway okay, and LSU is keeping me preoccupied because the NFL, it sucks to be a fan of my team right now. It's heartbreaking, and it is what it is.
I mean, the Steelers are on the bottom of the AFC North right now still, so.
I mean, you said it before. The whole division is garbage, okay? The Bucs are 5-5, the Falcons are 4-6, the Panthers and the Saints are 3-7, okay? We are on week 11 of week 18.
Yeah.
The best the Saints can do is 10-7. Okay, that can still be a playoff spot. Let's think positive here. That's what Dori Lou teaches us. Okay, do they need to pull it together? Yes. Do they need to do it now? Yes. Okay. Let me bring up let me take a look at the scheduling here for the Saints.
We play the Rams next.
Okay, well, the Rams aren't doing very good at all, so that should give them a chance, I think. All right,
yeah, we play Bengals at home.
Let me bring this up live here. Hold on. Okay, you got the Rams in week 11. You got the 49ers in week 12. 49ers. Where are they at? Okay, that might be a problem. Tampa Bay in week 13. Well, Tampa Bay hasn't been doing very good either, so that game is up in the air. You're off week 14. You got Atlanta week 15. You got the Browns on Christmas Eve. You got the Eagles. That's going to be a problem on New Year's Day, and you finish out the season in Carolina. Okay, so if the Saints, I will give them the benefit of the doubt, and this is going right off the cuff. I'm gonna take out the Tampa Bay game and the Philadelphia game. That's 5 games right there that I think they should be able to win. And I'm trying to be positive here for your team, bro. I really am here, okay?
I appreciate it, but it's kind of reality sinking in. If we would have been smart, if we would be smart and let Taysom Hill play quarterback, maybe we'd have a better chance to win these games. Just maybe. Use common sense.
Yeah,
as
like
far
when
as the Steelers go, you got the Bengals next week.
Yeah.
The Colts after that. The Colts shouldn't be a problem. The Falcons shouldn't be a problem. The Ravens might give you an issue. The Panthers won't give you a problem. The Raiders won't give you a problem. You play the Ravens again, and then you finish the Browns out. So what's the problem here with the Steelers?
When it comes to the Ravens, I can't remember there's not a record, but like it always ends, for the most part, the game always ended by 3 points. But lately it's been like here and there. But the Ravens, we always play tough against the Ravens. It's that AFC North rivalry division. But yeah, so I'm trying to think, if we win the rest of the games, we would be what, 10-6, if I'm not mistaken, or 9-6.
10-7.
10-7. We're 3-6 right now, so we would be 10. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could. Yeah, if we win the rest of if we win out.
No, if you win out, you would be 11-6.
Okay.
Because you have 8 games left.
Yeah, and there's a thing that Tomlin hasn't had a losing season since he pretty much started. So I mean, there's that, and then I don't know. We'll see.
But see, here's the thing. If I'm just looking at the schedule alone and based off of what has been happening now, it should not be an issue. You're not playing a team that you should be worried about.
Yeah. Well, the Ravens. I worry about the Ravens.
That's one. That's one.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it here. Okay, the Bengals right now, 5-4. Okay, you could say that you might have a problem with them, but I'm giving you the doubt on that one. The Colts. Look at the Colts, 4-5-1. That one tie is throwing everything off. So I'm going to give the edge to the Steelers on that one. Atlanta. Where's Atlanta on my list here?
What are they, like, 4-7?
4-6. Okay,
4-6.
They're right behind Tampa Bay, but that's the whole division. That whole division is garbage. So you would have a good chance against Atlanta.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that your team is garbage. I'm just saying the division is garbage.
I'm just, like you said, you're giving the Steelers the benefit of the doubt, but like as a Steelers fan, and Greg can attest to this too, it's like every week we're on edge because we don't know how we're gonna play. But now that I think without TJ Watt, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're like 1-9 or 1-10 without TJ Watt playing since 2017. So with TJ Watt being there, it sparks the defense. And then now that we have sort of a running game with the offense, that'll take pressure off of Pickett. That way Pickett can run too. So that's good for him. And now, Najee Harris, hopefully he's doing better. And Jaylen Warren, like I said, reminds me of a younger Jerome Bettis. So we got that going. As long as they don't do the hokey pokey crap and try to like spin around, just do all those hokey pokey moves, I think we'll be fine.
Wow, doing the hokey pokey on football games. That's like feeling Uzi in a wrestling ring. I'm sorry. Moving on, the Colts beat the Raiders 25-20. Matt Ryan went 21 of 28 for 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 1 sack. Derek Carr went 24 of 38 for 248 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 2 sacks. Again, the Colts are 4-5-1, and the Raiders are 2-7. Jeff Saturday, the new interim coach, got his first win there since the Colts decided to get rid of their coach last week. What's that?
Did you hear what Bill Cowher had to say about the Colts hiring Jeff Saturday?
No, go ahead.
I can't exactly word for word, but you need to go back and listen to that because he called that a disgrace to the coaching staff. He said, why, pretty much saying, why are you going to hire somebody outside when you have people that have been there day in and day out, with the Colts for this season or, for however long? Why not hire them? Why not the GM hire them as an interim coach, and and instead of hiring someone outside of the coaching staff. I understand Jeff Saturday used to play for the Colts, but Cowher was saying that's pretty much a slap in the face to the coaching people. So just throwing that out there. Very, very interesting. You would have to, I mean, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or whatever, but like the way that Bill Cowher, like his tone of voice, he was pissed.
The Colts will play the Eagles next week, and the Raiders will play the Broncos next week. Next matchup in our multitude of games. I'm using that term lightly. Multitude madness. Let's see what's next. Jeff, I'm so sorry. The Packers beat the Cowboys 31-28. It's okay. It's one loss. It's a flesh wound. Dak Prescott went 27-46 for 265 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked twice. Aaron Rodgers went 14 of 20 for 224 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 2 sacks. This loss is the first in franchise history after leading by 14 points in the fourth quarter. So the momentum got stopped. That's okay. You know, the wave reached the crest. It went into overtime, 31-28. You know, rookie Christian Watson got 3 touchdown passes. The Packers ended their 5-game loss with and Mike McCarthy was there too. Let's not forget about him. Green Bay was on its way to losing its 6th straight game for the first time since 1988 before Rodgers decided to wake up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Rodgers, I don't want to say retire.
We've been talking that Rodgers is going to retire for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Every time Rodgers slips up and then starts, and that's when all the rumors start flying, and then we get that his toe is injured or his thumb is broken or he has a hangnail or heaven forbid he has a zit on the back of his neck. Something comes up and the rumors just like, oh my God, Rodgers is going to retire. If Rodgers is going to retire, let him go already. Or if he's going to play, let him play. Just keep it one way or the other, okay? And he better not pull a Brady and decide, no, I don't want to sit on the sidelines all winter and come back and play and tank again. Okay? Also, with that other stat I was reading, the Cowboys had one of the biggest streaks, 195 games straight. After having a 14-point lead, they would win just 195. Now they're 195-1.
Yeah.
So there was that. But this whole Rodgers retirement thing has got to stop.
Yeah, because he doesn't. I don't know. Like I guess that there was that one play, and like Rodgers like snapped at the coach. I was like, oh my God, get over yourself. Anyways, continue there, stat boy.
Pop is happy, of course, because anytime Dallas loses, well,
right,
he throws a party. Because Pop is anti-Dallas. Or anti-Cowboys. I don't know. I hope there's something about Dallas that he likes. Maybe he watched Dallas all those years ago. I don't remember. I did. I used to watch that show all the time. I even met some of the actors. The Cardinals beat the Rams 27-17. There's a surprise, but let's say the Super Bowl champions are not playing like Super Bowl champions. Colt McCoy, who is this guy? 26 of 37 for 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, two sacks. John Wolford, where's Matt Stafford? 24 of 36, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And I'm looking at this at the Cup. Where was sadly let's hope Cooper Kupp gets well quick because he's now out.
Yeah, I saw that today.
But I guess Kyler Murray is out, and okay, never mind. Matt Stafford is in concussion protocol, so I better retract my statement on that one. So sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen. But the Cardinals will play the 49ers. We're going down to Mexico next week, so they're going to play down there. And of course, Zach, come on. Like I said, the Rams are playing the Saints. Come on, you got to have something on that.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're killing me, Zach.
No, it honestly depends on what team shows up, which offense shows up. And now that I got the floor for just a half a second, back to the Steelers while we're on it.
Okay,
Jeff, how does Deshaun coming back this week set up the rest of the season for your division?
I don't think it'll make a difference because the Browns had their year last year or 2 seasons ago, and now they're just being the regular old Browns. They're just. I mean, not Geno Smith. I'm thinking of the Seahawks. Oh my God, I can't think of the quarterback for the Browns.
I was going to say Tyrod Taylor. Is that right?
No, Dobbs. Josh Dobbs. Right. Anyways,
so.
It doesn't matter who's that quarterback for the Browns. Josh isn't here. The Browns suck right now. I mean, we suck too, but the Browns always suck. They had their year last year, like I said, 2 seasons ago. But having Deshaun Watson back isn't going to make a difference. I
think I said that in the beginning of the season when the.
I mean, for us though, having TJ Watt makes a big difference. He brings the energy to the team, so but yeah.
Moving on, the San Francisco 49ers beat the LA Chargers 22-16. Justin Herbert went 21 of 35 for 196 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He got sacked twice. Jimmy G 19 of 28 for 240 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, only got sacked once. And let's see what I can quickly find on that. Defense.
Hey, defense wins you games, baby.
Christian McCaffrey, the go-ahead touchdown with 7:54 to play. Second half shutout to beat the Chargers. Of course, at the quarterback sneak. Chargers have become the first team since 1988 to trail by 10 points following the first quarter in 4 straight outings. I did see this play. Dre Greenlaw was ejected in the second quarter. Helmet to helmet on Justin Herbert. He briefly left the game. It was a pretty scary hit. His neck turned a direction that was not supposed to happen. So he came back.
Speaking of hits, that hit, it's going back to the Chiefs game. That hit that Juju Smith-Schuster got hit was pretty bad too.
Right. The Chargers are going to play the Chiefs next week. And, of course, the 49ers go on to Arizona to play in Mexico. And I think that takes us to our last game of the week.
Thank God.
Big surprise shocker. It finally happened. All teams have now defeated as the Eagles lost to the Washington Commanders 32-21.
Tiny.
Taylor Heineke, 17 of 29 for 211 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. Jalen Hurts, 17 of 26 for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack. Since the first quarter of week 1, the Eagles have been dominant. They have been leading. They have been winning. This all came to a head yesterday. Also, there were 51 plays in the first half, the most by any team this season. The big play, of course, I think happened. I saw this play Heineke was about to be sacked, and he dropped to his knee to stop the play, and the defenseman came in and tackled him. That was a 15-yard penalty. That ran out the clock. That's what helped the Commanders beat the Eagles, and now all the teams have at least one loss in the column. The game was sloppy. The perfect season record is still intact, going all the way back to 1972. You know, the crowd, they bailed out who knows how soon.
So don't play Washington when you're undefeated. I learned that a couple years ago with the Steelers. Don't. And that's funny. Both teams are from Pennsylvania. That's also a fun fact.
It's the worst.
Go ahead.
It's the worst officiating I've ever seen.
Oh, come on. Don't blame the official. He dropped to his knee. The guy hit him, okay? It was a smart play.
No, it wasn't just – it was just the whole game. It just made no sense.
Of course, the record goes all the way back to 1972 when Miami went 17-0 in the perfect season. And, of course, the 2007 season with the Patriots going 18-0, getting all the way to the Super Bowl. Those records are still intact. This is not the year that this is going to happen. They had their chance. Again, trailing at halftime for the first time this season. They never had it. That never happened. He connected deep, but only the ball hits the ground, fumbles the ball. Even the fumble, that fumble did not even look like a fumble because the way he was twisting, and they said, well, his elbow hit the ground, but his knees didn't hit the ground. Then the ball hit the ground, and then two guys jumped on the ball, and then the ball pops loose again. I'm like, just jump on the grenade. That didn't happen, and somebody finally got it, and that's what.
Yeah, the officiating in the NFL for years now has just been horrible. I don't know if they need new refs or they just need because they make one rule and then something else negates it or something like that. You know, they NFL has been around for a long time, and they just need to get their shit together.
When in doubt, blame the referees, apparently. We have all this technology in the world of instant replays. The commentators see it. The fans see it. The people sitting on their couch with their gear see it, but a referee can't see it that's 5 feet in front of them.
No.
I have a harder time looking for my remote control than looking for that. Just saying.
That's a good one.
I'm just saying. So what does this all mean in the rankings?
Steelers are still in the bottom.
No, the Steelers are not in the bottom.
Oh, okay. Good.
Okay. Philadelphia, even though they lost, they are still 8-1. They are still the number one team because it comes down to points. Yeah. With the Vikings right on their tail, they are also 8-1. They have a 20-point lead over the Vikings. The Eagles have 246 points. The Vikings have 226 points. So next week, as Dori says, Skol. The Chiefs are 7-2, tied with the Giants. The Chiefs easily have those points covered. They've scored 270 points, the most points in the season. The Giants only have 187. Miami is sitting all by themselves at 7-3. The Bills, the Ravens, the Cowboys, the Jets, and the Titans are all tied at 6-3. Buffalo has 250 points. Baltimore has 235 points. Dallas has 211 points. The Jets have 196 points, and the Titans have 166 points. Seattle is sitting all by themselves at 6-4. The Bengals, the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Giants are all at 5-4. The Bengals have 228 points. The Patriots have 203 points. The Chargers are at an even 200. The 49ers are at 198, and the Commanders and Bucks are at 5-5. They are at 500. The Commanders are at 191, and the Bucks are at 183. 8 points separates the left from the right. The Colts, with the game in the tie, 4-5-1. They're by themselves. The Falcons, the Cardinals, and the Packers are all 4 and 6. Packers are at 232. Cardinals are at 230, and Green Bay is at 185. Lions, Browns, Rams, Steelers, Broncos, all at 3 and 6. Lions have the points at 219. Browns are at 217. Rams are 148. Steelers are at 140. Broncos are at 131. The Saints, the Bears, the Jaguars, and the Panthers are all 3 and 7. 222 points for the Saints. So they are the number one in that small pairing. Trying to get a little bit of positiveness on that. Bears are at 217. Jacksonville at 216. Panthers at 204. Raiders are by themselves at 207. And, of course, the Texans are at the bottom of the barrel again. Let's take a look at the Pick'em contest, and let's see where that's headed at. Mike L., who was again supposed to come into the sports bar this week, but due to his scheduling has not. So he got the big win with 12. Pop took second place at 10. Tammy, Dory, and Daniel got 8. Renegade, Nathan, and Zach got 7. JP got 6. Brendan and Emmanuel got 5. Dory now has the overall lead, 88, with Pop at 86. Brandon at 85. Michael at 84. JP and Zach at 83. Tammy and Renegade at 82. Daniel is at 80. And Emmanuel and Nathan are at 74. As far as all the sports, we're pretty much done. If you want, we can do a quick touch on WWE. Mr. Yuck did put in a comment about an hour ago, so we can do a quick touch on that. He asks, do you folks think if WWE slow burned Bray Wyatt's storyline Uncle Howdy, or with whatever the Wyatt 6 might be, that it will fizzle out any steam created with the cryptic buildup of his return?
I don't know. I mean, I think, well, from what happened on SmackDown, I think his first feud is going to be with LA Knight, or, having LA Knight join, his storyline. But, I mean, he came back at Extreme Rules. That's what, a month ago now?
And he hasn't had a match yet either.
He hasn't had a match yet, and which is kind of good. I mean, you don't want to throw him out there right away. You want to try to build up this storyline, but then you don't want to let it drag out as well. Because then if you do drag it out, say he doesn't have his first match until the Royal Rumble, because they don't have excuse me, they're not having a pay-per-view in December or premium live event in December. So you want to you got Survivor Series coming up, so he could do something there where he could have his first match on SmackDown, but you don't want to stall. You don't want to stall the buzz that he has right now. So,
in other news, we're pushing towards Survivor Series and War Games. The teams are getting set up. There is some, of course, congratulations to the Usos on now being the longest reigning tag team champions. Apparently, the MRI or the broken wrist issue was not an issue. No. Otherwise, I think they would have kept. They probably would have had the belt switch hands. There's rumors that we don't know who the Usos are going to go up against next, or who's going to take the belts away from them, if that's a possibility. Renegade and I had a nice little conversation before we went on air. There could be a defection. There could be Sammy getting kicked out of the bloodline with a big build-up leading towards WrestleMania. And then who knows? No pun intended. Finally, The Rock might come back. We don't know. He's still doing the whole Black Adam thing, but we'll see where that goes. And again, don't forget, coming up in about 20 minutes. Yeah, go ahead. The full gear prediction show on No DQ. The big matchup is on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and of course, everyone here there will be discussions galore. If you want to go ahead and go match by match real quick and just throw those out there.
Yeah, I know Zach wanted to do some brief predictions, but if you want, we can always thank G for coming in so that he can go get a little bit of a breather before going on to that. He is nodding his head like, yes, please give me a chance to go to the bathroom and get something to
All
drink
right.
before going on with Aaron.
All right, G, go ahead. You're free to go and
All
get
right,
ready for
guys.
the
Thanks for having me on. Depending if the Steelers win next week, I'll be on again. At that point.
Okay. I'll hold you to that.
Hey, gee, if Greg wants to debate this some more tomorrow, let me know.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Bye.
G.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on, G.
All right. So we'll go ahead and do a quick little prediction thing, and then we'll call it a night. So go ahead, Zach. We got for the ROH World Championship, Chris Jericho defends against Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Sammy Guevara.
All right, this is the first time, first chance. You have to do it. You finally have to do something right for once, Tony Khan, and give Bryan Danielson his title. Period.
And there is rumors that Chris Jericho is one of the hidden characters on The Masked Singer. So, because I heard one of his performances, and we know how Chris Jericho says the word "baby." So he kind of let that slip in a recent episode. I have a feeling he might be under the mask. If he is, that's one hell of a schedule he's got. I'll tell you that right now. The next matchup, Toni Storm, the interim AEW Women's World Champion, takes on Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter is, oh, you can't see it. She's the background of my phone. I love that girl. Oh, I love her so much. But Toni Storm wins.
Toni Storm wins. Next up, tag team match. Sting and Darby Allin take on Jay Lethal and good old Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
They've been putting Darby Allin through utter and complete hell, literally, for the last 2 months. This is where Darby gets his win back and gets his credibility built back up after getting his ass whooped so much. So I'll take Sting and Darby.
Good call. Next up, for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Acclaimed takes on Swerve in Our Glory.
Scissor me, daddy. There's no... Just scissor me, daddy. That's all that needs to be said.
I don't think guys should be scissoring. You brought that one out. There's a steel cage match. Jungle Boy Jack Perry takes on Luchasaurus. Christian's back there. Look at Christian looking all badass back there. Who you got in this?
I wonder if you... This is where I really would want the whole rest of the Jurassic Express to get back together, but, I'll take Jungle Boy on this. He needs to get his win back.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, takes on Saraya, formerly known as Paige. Big props to her for finally getting well enough and getting cleared. I believe this is her first match back in a long time since being injured. I would hope they allow Saraya to win this.
There's no way on this earth, this planet, that you bring her back just to lose. If they do, I will be very, very, very pissed off. Even though I love Britt Baker, don't get me wrong, but Paige is just life. She's had a strong road to overcome.
Agreed.
And she deserves this win.
There you go. And next up, for the TBS Championship, Jade Cargill puts up her title against Nyla Rose. Now, is there some kind of... are they both claiming to be the champion? Is that why?
Yes.
Okay, so can you give me a quick backstory on this? Why Nyla Rose thinks she is the champion?
Because she stole the belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jade Cargill is the legitimate champion, but Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero came out one night while she was defending the title, stole it, and Nyla has been pretending as if she is the champion, putting out open challenges and quote unquote defending the belt in her matches as well.
Okay. Bad storyline.
Jade is that bitch. Jade win.
And the main event for the AEW World Championship, Jon Moxley against MJF. What do you got? I mean, I'm expecting a massacre or a bloodbath or one hell of a fight. These two are going to kill each other, I think.
CM Punk wins. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on. That's
just kidding. Just kidding. This is finally the time where you crown the future of the company. I mean, it's MJF.
Mind blown on this one. I could not. WWE or somebody released a video of Rollins, Roman, and Jon Moxley, formerly Dean Ambrose, in the recording studio doing the intro, doing the Sierra Hotel Indigo Echo Lima Delta Shield. I didn't know it was them. I just thought it was just some guy on a radio mic. I didn't know that they actually did that. But they actually produced it. So they actually have the archive footage of Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose out there with the other two in the booth doing that. So, you know, and I think I even saw a interview where Jon Moxley actually admitted that he burned bridges with WWE. He flat out said it. He's like, yes, I've burned that bridge. And that shouldn't bring the rumor mill together that, oh, Moxley's going to be coming back at WrestleMania or anything like that as Dean Ambrose. I think he's perfectly happy in AEW. All right, Renegade, you want to go ahead and do some plugs?
All right, so this month over on Renegades Reviews, it is Sandra Bullock month. Still to come, we've got Practical Magic going up tomorrow, Murder by Numbers Friday. We got 2 weeks notice, 28 days, The Proposal, The Lake House, and Ocean's 8, all to wrap up the month. Of course, make sure you tune in to the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media this Saturday as James Hebert and Noah Foster provide commentary, reactions, predictions, the whole 9 to full gear. Mikey and Zach just kind of went over the card, a little bit of what to be expected. Starting Thanksgiving Day, the Santa Clauses. Week by week, there will be a new episode review going up on Renegades Reviews. You guys saw during the trailer, the Story of Mickey documentary debuts on Disney Plus. Tuesday the 22nd, Jeff Meacham will be taking over Renegades Reviews to do his review of the documentary about his boss. Plus so much more to come.
All right, friends, we are done with this week's episode. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back again next week, as always. Let's see. Next week is the Thanksgiving week, so we might get through a quicker version. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. There was almost going to be a bit of a scheduling problem where I was going to work, but at least I got that taken care of. So we will be in the sports bar next week for week 11. As always, follow myself at LBStatKid1977. Follow Dori at Hathaway Lou. Give us ideas on what you want us to cover in the sports bar. Drop us a line. Let us know what you think of the show, and we will gladly put that out there in our script that we put together each week. We do this ourselves, folks. We go on these sports websites. We get all the information, and we present it for you each and every week. Big hockey games coming up later today. Check out the no DQ stuff also. That is going to be starting in about 15 minutes. Thank you again for watching. We will see you next week. I love you all. Stat Boy out.